I came to this summit to meet a lot of people from different areas, and I wanted to know people who have similar problems. Like I'm working on protected areas, that is national parks and sanctuaries, and I have a problem regarding the eviction of people from national parks. Because I feel that those are the people who know how to conserve and how to understand and behave in that area. So eviction is the wrong policy, and I wanted to change it. Want to change it.
Um, Ma'am, tell us something about the specific kind of activities that Shashwat has taken up in the past few years.
Well, Shashwat, to start with, took up a problem of water, drinking water, which was not available during summers. So we dug wells and we dug ponds for that. Then education was another problem. So we started with kindergarten schools and a primary school and a hostel. Then there was a problem about people and national sanctuary. Government declared a sanctuary in 85, and they wanted to evict people, but the people and us, we felt that people have conserved this area, they know this area beautifully well, and why they should be evicted. So we organized people and we have stopped eviction. So far, nobody is evicted from my area. We have temple groves, which are thick forests, and our forest is a 4-tier natural evergreen cloud forest. So we must preserve it. It is in the Western Ghats and has to be preserved. Not for just our generation, but for the future generation. We have borrowed it from them, and I understand that. And I felt that I would meet here similar kind of people, so I have come.
Great, wonderful. Um, when you do such activities of protected areas and working with the communities, um, what practical problems and challenges that you have to face?
The thing is that in different areas, different tribals live, indigenous people. They have different languages. So the communication becomes one major problem. Otherwise, food and staying there is no problem at all. So I have to often have an interpreter with me. I have been to many areas, 7 national parks which are in 7 states, and I wanted to know what people feel about their eviction and what do they feel about the area. Uh, One of them in my area, he told me that we are the children of this forest. Forest is our mother, and we subsist on her milk and not on her blood. So I asked him what is blood and what is milk. So he said whatever is increment is milk, and if we cut and sell it out, then it's drink. It is like drinking blood. So they have a emotional relation with the forest, and I think they are the only ones who can save the forest, not the people like us from cities and towns, and we don't know what forest is. But they know what forest is, and they know how to behave with the forest, with the wild animals. And they observe many rules. There are temple groves in my area, and one of the groves has a climber which is 46 inches girth. And when that temple grove was to be cut by the contractor, we opposed it, and it was saved. And then we got the botanist around there, and we asked them what is the age of this climber, and they said it was 800 or maybe 1,000 years old. So such wealth people have been able to preserve. They are the people who must be preserved and not evicted from the area. The people will become orphan as well as the area will become orphan. The people know the area. The forest department doesn't know the area. But forest department has been given the mandate to, to protect it, to save it. But I think they should take people into confidence. They should ask the people how the area can be conserved and protected and not evict them. That's my contention.
Great. You have worked with the government. You talk to the government officials. Tell us about your experience. As far as interaction with the government is concerned, and what policies would you expect to be in place so that the problem of eviction is taken care of and forest management framework becomes more robust?
I met the forest department often, right from the beginning, from 85 when the sanctuary was declared. To start with, it was very difficult to talk to them. They did not understand what I was speaking, rather, and there was no communication, rather. There was a struggle between two. Huh? But now, I think we have a dialogue. Hmm? And they at least understand what I'm trying to say. We have evolved a strategy, we call it four-cornered, four-layered strategy, wherein we say that four groups should participate, like the local people. They should be at the center. Then the government officials of different departments, not just forest department. And then there should be scientists of different areas, different disciplines like botanists, zoologists, and all such, anthropologists, social thinkers, nature lovers, and all that. And the fourth should be independent observers. Hmm? And all these four groups should come together to do planning, execution, monitoring, and evaluation. And each ecosystem should have such a committee, and each ecosystem is important, should be conserved, and not just exploited.
Along with ensuring that the native people are staying there and not evicted from that place.
They should be very much cared for. They are usually poor, illiterate, and ignorant about the other world. And we have to understand their world. Hmm? They follow many rules. Like from one of the temple groves, there is a rule that you cannot pick up a dried leaf from here. There are other rules regarding the temple groves. People do not go out of their village after 6 o'clock. They don't go alone, but if they have to go, they go in a big group. Because there are panthers, there are snakes, and there are wild boars, and so many wildlife there is. And people love the wildlife. The Waghoba or the tiger is regarded as the god. And we have a temple of tiger god, we call it Waghoba, for 40 villages together. And these 40 villages take care of that temple. And so I have I have experienced a new kind of life with these people. They care for their society. It's a well-knit community where people care for each other, they help each other out. There is a spirit of cooperation and not competition, which I love the most. People do not want to compete with each other. And in cities where I lived before, uh, always there was a competition. And I hate competition. There should not be a competition. But now in today's world, there is only competition. Nobody wants to help each other. And that's not like human beings. So I think the spirit of cooperation is very much important.